My name is John Jacobs. I'm at New Horizons Overland on Instagram, and we're gonna do a walk around of my 2016 Jeep Rubicon Unlimited. This I just recently acquired at Overland Expo East 2022. This is made by a company called Ridge Gear. It's meant mainly for the van life people with the quick disconnect pins, but I just modified my front bumper, drilled a hole so it'll quick disconnect right into the front bumper, and it allows you to take a flagpole on and off and stow relatively easy, even in a Jeep Wrangler. It's about a 14-foot flagpole. I'm running all rigid lights all around, so all my auxiliary lighting is all made by Rigid Industries. Underneath it, I've got a Warren Xeon 12S Platinum running their Spydura winch line and Factor 55 gear all around. Just about the best recovery gear I've ever used. I trust it big time. JW speaker headlights and fog lights. All the protection on both the front and the back of the Jeep is all AEV. Moving on down the Jeep, the wheels and tires, running BF Goodrich All-Terrain TAKO2s. I swear by BF Goodrich tires. I've taken these this summer, a 6,100 mile cross-country trip through Death Valley, Lower Nevada, Moab, Alpine Loop, and all the way across to the East Coast, and they laughed at the terrain. They're great tires. I've got them wrapped around a set of American Expedition vehicles, Pentler wheels. On the outside of the Jeep, I'm running an Easy On Manta 270 Plus awning from Equipped Expedition Outfitters. It's attached to the Ursa Minor J30 camper, which is a complete hardtop replacement for both the Jeep JK and the Jeep JL. You know, I could pull into camp on a rainy day. I could stick my arm out the window, flip two latches, pull one latch for the inside, push it up, and I'm camping. And the only thing that gets wet is my arm. So it's just a simple setup that really makes camping, even on a remote mountaintop, that much more enjoyable. Honestly, one of my favorite modifications that I've recently made to the Jeep in just the last year has been this. It's called a hard box from Cargo Keepers. And it's just a side hatch that takes the place of the window on any Jeep. I keep my air tools and a little saw and my awning tie downs down in here. And what I love about it is, you know, as you're doing trails, you're going from dirt to asphalt and back and forth. I don't have to go digging through tool bags to get all my air down tools. It's right here, and I absolutely love the product. My good friends at Ridge Overland Gear, they were really kind enough to make me a custom Velcro panel to go in the back of the hard box, and I pair it up with their Velcro pouches for all my air down tools. That way, no matter what, I can just walk up and pull any of them out, and I get easy access, and they make really good stuff. I mean, everybody loves Ridge Overland Gear. All right, so moving around the back here, I just added the GP Factor MaxTrax mounts back here. There's no MaxTrax on it right now because I'm using them to level it, but what I love about the GP Factor mount compared to other mounts is it's rock solid, it's durable, they're easy to take on and off, and they're lockable. I've got it paired to an American Expeditionary Vehicles bumper, built-in water tanks, 10-gallon fuel tank on the back, AT Overland 5-pound propane tank mount, backed it up with Rigid Industries auxiliary lights and a WeBoost cell phone booster. I'm OCD. I like things organized. I like to be able to roll into camp and not have to dig for stuff. So I went ahead this summer and splurged on Goose Gear. Down here in the bottom drawer, I've got my pantry. I don't have to go digging through all kinds of Rubbermaid totes and everything. I just pull up to the grocery store, fill up my pantry here, and roll. I use this for my kitchen kit, so I have all my cast iron skillet pans, knives, everything in here. I like simplicity. I don't like things rolling around all in the cab. Probably one of my favorite things on the Jeep is the camp kitchen from Goose Gear. With one push of the button, the fridge will slide out, and right underneath it, the stove's built in. From the time I pull into camp, you know, it's simplicity. 15 seconds to pop the Ursa Minor camper, a minute to hook up the propane, and I'm cooking within 5 minutes of pulling into camp. I love simplicity. So that's why I ultimately went with this setup. I use front runner boxes for all my recovery gear. One of the lessons learned from talking to other people, especially Dan Greck of The Road Chose Me and Chris Shantz of Venture Forward, both of them have rolled their Jeep JKs and both of them are running Ursa Minor campers. And one of the things that they told me was to make sure I can always get to my recovery gear from any accessible point. So that's why I ultimately went with this. I can get it out of the back door, I can get it out of the front door, I can get it out of the sides. It doesn't matter. And it's small enough that I can move it around, and I like that. So this is the back seat of my rig. This is my latest addition. Inside this 42-liter Alu box is a Cocopelli XPD Pack Raft. More Blue Ridge Overland Gear pouches all over the place. This is my shower setup. It's a battery operated shower pump, and I can rip it off. I can take that water tank with me, and I can take a shower anywhere. That's what I love about these pouches. Blue Ridge Overland Gear, seat back panels on both the back and the front of my seat. I normally run solo, but this gives me places to put, I have a thermocell bug screen in here, USB powered lights, speaker, my rain jacket. Normally I have a bottle of adult beverage down there. So the best feature, my favorite feature of the Ursa Minor is the fact that you enter it through the inside of the Jeep through these removable panels. This one's off right now, the other one's still on because it's a sleeping platform. It's got my sleeping bag on top of it. So it makes it really easy. If it's cold outside or raining, snowing, I can open both of these panels and I actually have room at 6 feet 1 inch. I can stand up, I can change clothes, do whatever I need to do inside the Jeep, and I'm not out in the inclement weather. It's absolutely probably my favorite part about running an Ursa Minor camper. On the driver's side, I have the Brog headrest bag. This is what I use for my dirty clothes bag. And then over here, for ease of access, is the Brog first aid kit bag that is easily deployable with one hand. So you can hop out of the driver's seat and grab it instantly with no problem. So for the front seat, we talked about the Blue Ridge Overland Gear seat back panel that I've got paired here. I keep a pair of binoculars. I've got my snack bag. I keep a Hydro flask. And the other one's usually for a spare camera lens. I have a Garmin satellite communicator, the InReach Mini, that I have paired with an iPad mini for both navigation and satellite communication. I run a dual band ham radio that I have mounted on 67's designs. Also up front, we've got the Blue Ridge Overland Gear headrest trash bag, although it's obviously not mounted to the headrest. I just have it wrapped around the passenger side grab handle. I also have my winch remote for my Warren Xeon 12S Platinum. One of the things that I did a little bit differently is I have all my air chucks inside the cab, and they're down on the floorboard near the door, so the ports stay clean, they're never muddy, and you can get to them even with the doors open or closed. Hope you enjoyed the walk around of my Jeep. You can follow me online at New Horizons Overland on Instagram and Facebook, and at newhorizonsoverland.com.